Hello and welcome to the show. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you. Now, as is FailRace tradition, there has to be a cat video on Christmas Day, and this is Abaddon. This is the newest, latest kitten. Was called Ruby at one point. Initially got believed to be a female cat, and turned out was not. Has been renamed. Abaddon is a tiny, tiny terror. However, Abaddon has never experienced the joys of Scalextrics, so naturally, this was something that was going to have to be done. Now, first step is find which Scalextric set I have that has working track, because one set track doesn't work on and one set does. So we got this down, and immediately as soon as the lid comes off, there is a cat in a box. You see, the Scalextric boxes are, well, quite decent sized, and cats love boxes, especially cardboard boxes, and Abaddon loves cardboard boxes more than most. Does, unfortunately, have a habit of eating, well, biting them. Yes, that is, within 30 seconds, there is now cat bite marks. It was a fairly okay condition box. now it's got kitten bite marks in it, because of course it is. Literally every cardboard box, if there is a cardboard box around, it's going to get bitten at some point. Don't ask. I'm not 100% sure why that is, but as far as testing the track goes, it wasn't going amazingly to plan, but there was cardboard to be investigated. Cas came down to join us and say hello and see how things were going. Tiny Kitten has found more cardboard to go and have a little bit of a sniff at. I know this is an important stage of any Scalextric build, is the cat inspection. They have to make sure that everything is okay, that everything is up to code, and they do this by sniffing everything. Well, Abaddon bites occasionally. The rest we'll just have an investigate, we'll just have a sniff. Cas is curious about the... Everyone was interested in the plastic, just like the little window from the box. Everybody wanted to play with the plastic, more so than the cars, to an extent. Eve came down to have a little investigate as well. Abaddon was busy twanging the top of the box. Don't ask. I'm not sure. I think he was trying to contemplate whether he could climb on top of it. That would normally be the... He's mischievous and likes to climb on everything. It's probably what the thought was. Started putting together some of the track. Eve wanted to sit on the boxes and then investigate some cars. Again, as is the normal thing. Naturally, trying to put together something different with three curious cats. You get easily distracted / not much done. Eve assumed the watching position with the track finish. Now, I don't have very much actual working track, so it's just a straightforward loop. That's about all the pieces I have that reliably work. And even then, it's a pity. I could do with some new track. Yes, I could do with a proper setup, but this is what I had at the moment. So the track was done. Eve was on Overwatch, was supervising. Yes, that's the one, and Abaddon was sniffing everything. And then it was time to go and drive the vehicles. So... Abaddon's never seen Scalextrics before. Even Cas have seen this, and they do enjoy watching the car goes round, and immediately I managed to drive it off the track. I'd hoped the kitten might go and nudge it on. It was an investigative sniff, but perhaps ambitious to put the thing back on. Abaddon is much more keen to investigate and is much braver, i.e. will bat at anything, just about, and thus begins Kitten NASCAR. Yes, it will follow around. It does take some corner cuts along the way, but it will follow. It will chase the car around. And now it's getting lazy, aren't you? It's just just spin around in a circle in the middle. Cas is content to watch, and Eve was under a try. Was again perfectly happy to sit and watch. Abaddon is trying to figure out what to do with the car. And stop it just so that Kitten can have a little investigate. But no, we're going to go back to chasing it around in the circuit. Try not to run into Cas, if at all possible, who is sat on the corner. Cas does like watching the cars, but it will never kind of chase them around. We'll never go and bat at them. We'll have a sniff when the car is stationary. Got to have that Cas inspection sniff. And now Kitten is going to do... I'm curious as to what it's... to them, what it is that they reckon it is. Eve has come to have an investigate as well. Now we've got all the cats crowded around. You can't really see where the car is amongst all of that. Cas has come to say hello to me. He's just staying out of trouble. That's fine. Kitten wants to bat at it, but isn't very sure. You see the paw come up. Oh, now we're going to go for maybe a little bat. No, it's more of a sniff. Kind of partial bat. There's a little bat, and then Cas walks in front of the camera. He's very inconsiderate, really. You should have seen that I was busy filming here, but there we go. Cas got up the other way. Now Now the kitten is getting a bit braver, as they do. Now we're going to try and help the car along around the circuit. It would be difficult to race, that is for sure, with Kitten trying to catch the car. Almost got it that time around, not quite. Kitten has learnt that it's easier to sit in the middle and spin around rather than to keep chasing it. Eve's not too fussed at this point. Eve's just doing her thing. We're going to go... Oh, there we go. We'll give it another bat. So I decided to stop it, just, again, more out of curiosity, see what Kitten will do with the cars not moving. Eve wants to go and have... Again, Eve wants to investigate the car when it's not moving. That's fine. It's not going to be... It's not going to be too bothered about chasing it. Here comes the Kitten again. Just pushes the car along. I will say they do love... like Hot Wheels cars, or if you have any like the pullback and go cars, those sort of things, have a little one of those, and you can kind of just release it, and Abaddon will chase it across whatever surface it is on. Cas is again more on the supervising duty here. Abaddon is going to do the sit in the centre and spin around. Wants to bat at it, isn't quite brave enough to fully go for it until then. Manages to put the paw in front of the car. Stop the car. Now, what are we going to do with the vehicle? Well, we're going to just, again, continue to follow around in the circle. Occasionally have a glance up at Cas and see what he's doing. And we're going to... Oh, almost got your tail. Don't put your tail on the track. It's not a very clever idea whatsoever in this. Oh, well, we got a little bit further out of the comfort zone. Now we're going to sit and wait. Yes, then we're at the third stage of Cas and Scalextrics. They've gone the chase around... the full lap, spin around in a circle, and then we go to the sit and wait, although there's still the occasional want to pounce. The car is not afraid of the kitten, and the kitten's not quite brave enough to fully go for it at any point. I decided to stop the vehicle across in front to see what happened. Eve's come to have another investigate. Again, it's more of a standing investigate, more of a sniff around, and Cas is on supervising duty. Yes, Cas is watching. He just sat there the whole time watching what was going on, just wasn't fussed. Eve had found a perch. Eve had found the grandstand closer to the track, on top of the box, but there we go, and Abaddon's back to patting at the car. So I left the vehicle there. Abaddon was continuing to be curious about it, and then got to the curiosity stage of let's try and pick up the car. By the wing, yes, we go by the mighty wing. I guess it's the only place Kitten figured out would be able to pick up said car. Eve's now slightly curious. Yes, that is the TVR off the course. Thank you. Look what you've done. You managed to detrack the car. Comes back for another investigate. A little bit of a bat, and yep, now we're just going to carry the car around. It might be a little bit heavy. It's a little bit awkward shape to carry it. Abaddon is very good at picking up something and running off with it. So with the TVR off the circuit, I thought I'd have a go with a different car. We've got the Escort Cosworth. Sure, why not? There's the two Troubles in the background, ready to probably go and chase after the car. I'll certainly be curious about said car. Now, unfortunately, this one didn't want to work quite as well. That wasn't me stopping, although the kitten has decided to flop in front of it anyway. It went to try forward and it stopped. I don't know whether to be fair, this track is not great. It might be the inside track part wasn't quite as good. It gets stopped further around as well. So it's possible the car not quite as good either. Like the pickups on the front. So this is quite old sets, just what happened to have around. Abaddon's still more interested in the TVR and is now just on the track. That's great. I mean, if you want to race around actually on the track, that's fine. You're going to go sniff at a different car and try and figure that one out. Are we going to try and bite at that one? No, not quite yet. So I fiddle around with it. We put the car back on the outside track. It works better there. And now Kitten has a new game. Yes, Kitten is brave enough to bat at the car. So as we race around, now we've got to get past the Kitten obstacle. And the Kitten's quite good at managing to stop. Not only does Abaddon manage to stop the car, but also manages to stop it without knocking it off the track, which is actually quite impressive. But yeah, as soon as the car goes, Eve is happy to watch it, but Kitten, nope. Some good reflexes from the cat, and well, we're just going to sit there with our prize. Doesn't want to let the car go. Doesn't know what to do with said car. I should hasten to add here. She's not actually even looking at the car. It's just almost like a catly reflex. Eve's gone for a stretch and has come to see what on earth is going on over here. Yes, the car is stopped. Kitten has managed that. Kitten almost manages to roll it over while, I guess, letting go of said vehicle. Eve's just having a sniff. I can't imagine the motor was particularly hot and smelling. So we've been released from the kitten's grasp. We'll send it on its way. You can just see the paw come out the side of shot to try and get at it. Now, having captured the car a few times, decided it's not quite as vital to get it, or I think maybe the kitten actually shuffled back a little bit and was now slightly out of reach. Yes, Cas is still on Overwatch up there. I think Eve was cleaning herself before deciding, oh, there's the big pounce and stop of the car. Now we're going to go for a bat and spin the car around and knock it off the track. I'm not 100% sure if the car was fully off the track at this way. It's certainly quite a long way not where it should be. Eve's just a spectator and is not really paying too much attention. The escort's not in a great place. Kitten's now back to biting at cars. Yeah, trying to pick this one up. We're going to go for the wing again, and does manage to perfectly. And I have to say, couldn't have done it better if I'd tried. Put the car back on the track. I don't know whether it actually fallen off properly the first time, but I'm pretty sure in moving it, it was knocked off at some point. But well done, Abaddon. You've managed to reset a scale. This is your new job. Okay, if a car spins off a track, you've got to go grab it and reset it. There was a couple more attempts at bites. Eve just watches it goes past her nose. Doesn't really do anything about it. It's just going to sit there and watch. And yeah, and there we go. The kitten had definitely enjoyed Scalextric. Is the bravest of the lot. Cas was just like to sit and watch. Eve will go and investigate when not too much is going on. We're going to have some more nudging along the way in that one. But yeah, was brave enough, would run and chase after the cars, actually try and bat it off the track. Is a pain in the arse. Basically, you can't race the cars around with the kitten. Then decided to go and sit with me. Cas moved to a slightly different vantage point, but was perfectly happy up there. Look at the regal cat, minding his own business, not having to chase a car around. Yes, that's you. We are talking about you. Happy just to sit on your throne and lord it over everyone. And Eve was sniffing at the track again, and then standing on the track because, of course, why not? Now other toys. So these they're hex bots. I found them when they were on sale, quite cheap. Looked like fun, so I got them. These actually were used to help kind of introduce Abaddon to the other two. When Abaddon was a very, very little kitten, will have seen these. Basically, I had these driving around, and the adult cats were interested in it, the kitten was interested in it, and it kind of helped them, I guess, bond and whatnot. But yeah, I haven't driven these for ages around the place. Thought, oh, this could be fun. We'll get the little remote control robots out and see what happens. It turns out everybody was a bit sleepy. I guess all the excitement of the Scalextrics had worn out all the cats, and no one was particularly fussed. I say that. We're just spinning this thing around. We could whiz it forward and backwards, and even fire up the weapon briefly, and the kitten is going to look at it. It just doesn't care. It was worn out, I think, from chasing the cars around the place. Eve has got her grandstand spot. Cas was still on the edge of the sofa again. But yeah, the cat really did not care. Kitten really did not care one bit about the robot. Nope, literally park it up next to them, and there's nothing. Was watching it, but other than that, had no real care, which, as I say, was a slight disappointment in all of this. I fired out the other one as well to see what might happen with that, see if there's any more interest. Getting it shuffled forward slightly, but that was about it. We'll go over and say hello. There was a sniff, and slight bit more curious. I don't know which are going to go over now to the camera. There was that. These things were fun. So I got them on quite a big sale, so not too bad. This one has the axe that will chop away in all of this, and having firing that one around. Eve had a stretch, and they got a slight bit of a curious going on with them. But no, apparently today wasn't the day for remote control robots. Obviously, there are certain days where it is good for remote control robots. All days are good for remote control robots. In terms of cats being interested in them, apparently it's only some days where that is the case. It's just, nope, nothing. Cars, all the time. Apparently, little robots. Eve had gone to investigate the escort again and was just sat there cleaning herself. Because, of course, all the places you could go, that would be the one. And Abaddon decided to go and sit down next to me. But yeah, the robots were not of particular interest. Which seemed a little bit... Oh, and he's back on a grandstand perch. Which, yeah, as I said, was a little bit disappointing. Of course, when I went to put the robots away, that's when the cats really wanted to play with them. Naturally. As I tried to leave with them, and Abaddon rushed over and was then trying to get the thing out of my hand. So, then they want to investigate the camera as well. Don't ask, cats are quirky. Put the robot down again, fire up the spinner one. There is more interest this time from said kitten. I think must have just been tired. Because after a little bit, we're going to flop at our side and kind of lightly bat at the robot. I mean, you saw him chasing after the car. I think it must have just been a tired cat by this point, but didn't quite want all of the toys to end up going away just yet. But yeah, robots, not such a big success this year. Cas hadn't moved. Cas had got onto the arm of the sofa and was content with sitting there, even while I was trying to pack stuff up. He was happy just to sit and watch everything that was going on and not have to chase around. He's never been a big one to chase cars around anyway, or chase robots or whatever around. But yeah, no, he was perfectly happy with that perch. It wouldn't be a cat video out without a little bit of a squabble. I think Eve was sat on the box. Abaddon went to say hello, and he caught just the end of it. Just a small play fight. Eve has the box. It's hers. And Abaddon is not going to be taking that one away whatsoever. And come over to say hello to the camera again. However, while I was finishing up, breaking down the track and everything, Eve decided that no, the better place would be to sit on the track. Kitten's got plenty of space, but no, Eve wants to sit on the piece of track. I don't understand. Cats are quirky. Cats are weird, especially this lot. But there we go. Kittens love Scalextrics. Who would have thought it? That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.